Ronnie again, and I don't know, I had so much fun recording on Friday. I thought I would do it not sick. So it is, what day is it? It's Monday, and I just got home from work, I don't know, about an hour ago. Mondays in our house is what we call GYOW days, go your own way days. So it's a kind of a sandwich night. My youngest is already eating his made-up tacos with leftover hamburger meat and chickpeas and it's like totally random stuff. But for me and the husband, we're gonna make some sandwiches. So I thought I would just kind of invite you along on this journey again where I'm cooking dinner. So I want something, I can't just eat a sandwich for dinner. I need like a fry. Okay, but I don't want to make a fry. So I have these 2 zucchinis and I'm going to turn them into zucchini fries. So I also have some leftover mushrooms and I'm going to turn them into like breaded mushrooms. I don't know. Again, I've decided to turn my channel into just a Ronnie Cooks. Come along for the ride. We'll see what happens. This is bothering me. Okay, so I am going to cut these guys into fry pieces with you, and then I'm going to bread them. And put them in, I don't have an air fryer. I'm probably one of the last people on the face of the earth that don't have an air fryer, but I'm kind of a anti-unitasker thing. I have enough unitasker. I can't have any more appliances. So I'm just gonna cut these in fry-like pieces, you know, like this little guy, right? And then I'm gonna do the double coat technique. So I am going to dip them in an egg wash and then I'm going to put them in some flour, then dip them in the egg wash, and then put them in like a panko mix. So I will cut these up, try to make that, I honestly could do this all day. So I'm going to try to make these not too long. So I will be back after these are cut, and then I'll show my breading technique. All right, everything is cut. And I kind of started stuff, just so it would take this time. So I have like a kind of a shallow dish. I have 2 eggs, and this may be weird, but when I bread things, I like to add a little mustard and sometimes hot sauce, depending on what I'm doing, to my egg wash. I think it just adds another kind of layer of flavor, and it kind of expands on the egg a little bit. You know, beefs it up, right? It gives me a little bit more to work with. So I just put a little Dijon. Sometimes I use like a really grainy mustard, so I get all those kind of mustard seeds in there. Sometimes I'll even add a little tiny dressing. It really depends on my mood, what I have. And this is why I want to move to more of like a vlog style cooking, because I don't have the time to recipe develop. I just want to teach people and kind of inspire people to cook with what they have and kind of learn what works and what doesn't work so that they feel more equipped in the kitchen. So that's my egg wash. Just egg and some mustard. In this bag, I have just flour and a little salt and pepper. I tend to use white whole wheat flour because I'm a little bit of a whole wheat junkie. You can use all-purpose flour, like whatever flour you have is fine. And the idea here is I'm gonna put the zucchini guys in here. I'm using a bag. I know it's not the most environmentally sound approach, but I'm also trying not to wash a ton of dishes. And this is my fast approach. So I'm just gonna cook these guys with that flour, okay? What I have found is that if I do it this way, I know I'm getting cut off, I'm sorry. If I do it this way, my breading will stick better. Usually if you're trying to make zucchini fries and you just put them right into the egg wash, the breading kind of doesn't stick really good and it's not great. All right, so they're in there and they're nicely coated with that flour, salt, and pepper mixture. In this bag, I have what remaining panko I had left in my cupboard, which wasn't that much. And I put about a half a cup of pecorino. I'm currently obsessed with pecorino cheese. I buy a big block of it at my wholesale place, and I probably go through one every couple months. But you can use Parmesan, Romano, like whatever cheese you want, panko. And then I would flavor it, again, any way you like whatever spices you like. I'm gonna use a little bit of garlic, probably too much garlic. I've been getting comments that I put too much seasoning in my sauce, which I think is funny, because most sauces I enjoy don't have enough seasoning, in my opinion. I'm gonna also add a little bit of oregano. You could do parsley, basil, thyme, like whatever kind of herb you like. Maybe a small pinch of salt and pepper too. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take them out of that bag, put them in the egg wash, and then put them in this bag and do the same thing, right? So I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. It's not that much breading in there, so we'll see how this works out. Okay, so if you hear a little pitter patter, that's my dog, Marshmallow. I'll introduce you to him later. So, all right, I'm gonna take these guys out of here. I'm gonna put them in the egg wash. All right, now the egg wash sticks to it nice. If I can turn that one, I will. Then you can put it in here. I'll do a couple at a time. You don't want to do too many at a time. They'll start to stick together and cause problems, but I'll do 2 or 3 at a time. And again, same process here. Just kind of coat it and watch this, how much of the coating sticks. Check this out. Oh, look how much coating is on that. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, spray cookie sheet. I have aluminum foil on mine. I'm just gonna spray it with a little non-stick cooking spray, and I'm gonna lay these babies out. I believe I already told you I had the oven preheating. I have an air fry setting on my oven, so I'm gonna use the air fry setting at 400 degrees. So I am going to do all these again off camera, so this video isn't an hour long, and I will show you the before we cook it approach. All right, I am done. It probably took me, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. I didn't really look at the clock, but here they are. And you can see my mushrooms barely got coated because I was starting to run out of egg wash and I didn't want to waste another egg. But I used almost all of that breading, which is good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna spray the tops of these with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray just to make them crispier. And I'm gonna throw them in my oven that's preheated 400 degrees. And we'll check in on these guys at like 10 minutes and then we'll flip them. And then I will figure out what kind of sandwiches I'm making because I don't know yet. All right, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's been 6 minutes since I put the zucchini fries in the oven and I can smell them. They smell amazing. And what I did was I kind of tried to clean up because I'm really bad at making messes when I cook. And I took a status of what I have in the fridge to make these sandwiches. So now, for the husband, he likes a pressed sandwich. We make cubanos all the time. It's one of our favorite things to do. I don't have all the ingredients for cubanos. So what I do is kind of make like a poor man's cubano, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, it's not even really remotely close, but it's inspired by the cubano. So I'm going to use this day-old, really doughy bread from the grocery store. I am not a fan of this, but for whatever reason, my oldest and my husband like it. I think it's way too doughy, and I much rather like a baguette or a crusty bread, whatever. I am going to cut this in half, and I actually butter both sides for him and put it in my cast iron. I have my cast iron heating, and I'm gonna change camera angle so you can see how I make this sandwich. On it, it's gonna be yellow mustard, and another thing I'm not a fan of. I much rather a grainy mustard. Ham, which I'm going to pre-grill on the cast iron. And then I'm going to use a combination of salami and pepperoni, which again, I heat before I put on the sandwich. I don't know, I started doing this when I make cubanos, and now I warm all my meats before I put them on the sandwich, and it helps the cheese melt. It's just yumminess, okay? And then for the cheese, instead of Swiss, this is, and I don't have any sponsors. This is just me liking this cheese. This is Dietz & Watson hot pepper cheddar with buffalo wing sauce, I think it's called. My husband and I are absolutely obsessed with this cheese. So I actually buy it by the block and slice it. So this is gonna be his cheese, and then I'm gonna put some pickle, reminiscent of the cubano. I have some pickles. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna use good old sandwich bread. I have whole wheat sandwich bread here. This is gonna sound weird, but this is why I'm doing the channel, because I like sharing my weird food ideas. I'm gonna do avocado, that's what's sliced here, my spicy cheese, which I love, grilled ham, and apricot preserves. I couldn't remember if it was marmalade or apricot preserves. Now, this sounds weird, and it's a weird combo, but I love the sweet jelly with a really spicy cheese combo. And then I add the avocado for creaminess and kind of like a veg, I guess. And then the ham for my protein. So I do not butter mine. I use whatever little bit of fat's in the pan, and I put a lid on it to help cheese melt. So I will show you that technique as well. So somehow I'm gonna share how I make this sweet. Well, I'll put the camera over there and we'll see how this works together. Okay, I moved you. I'm at my oven. This cast iron is on, and I got this awesome guy. I don't actually need this. I use this for my sandwich press. So I'm actually heating it with my cast iron. It's on just the medium. It's been on for most of the time right now. And it's been exactly 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes since I put the zucchini fries in. So let's take, oh my God, they look amazing. Okay, check it out. Can you see them? Can you hear it? They're sizzling. So what I would do now, just kind of turn them. Oh, they're getting nice and crispy. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. Sorry, I get really excited about cooking things. It could be because I love food so much. Okay, anyway, I'll show you what one looks like here. You can see it's getting super crisp. The breading is on nice. So you can just do a quick flip. Sometimes the one, they'll get really crispy on the one side. This is like guy. There we go. Now check out my mushrooms too. My mushrooms. Ooh, look at that. Mushrooms are getting nice and. So I'm just gonna flip those guys. I'll be the only one that eats them. It's getting hot in my hand. Hold on. Flip those. All right, and then we'll put them back in. I'm thinking, I don't know, another 5 or 10 minutes tops. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is nice and hot. I am going to put some butter in here. This is probably not the best way to do this, but it'll work. And then I'm going to get these 2 ends of this bread warming on the inside first. Okay? Now, I usually don't do this trying to teach people as I go, so hear me out. While that bread is warming, I'm also going to heat up my meats. Okay? So, I'm going to put a couple slices of ham kind of next to that. Just warm that up. I need my little tongs. Okay, we got little tongs here. I lost it up. Here we go. Can't really fit that much on I should have been doing it on the griddle, but whatever. Lesson learned. Sometimes the griddle is just, I just don't feel like dealing with it, if that makes sense. Actually, we use all this for him. That's fine. All right, so we're just gonna cook these meats until they get a little bit of caramelization on them. You can see, I'll show you. Take it out, can you see it? Ooh, you want that little bit of caramelization. And I just think it makes it taste really yummy. You could, kind of as they heat, move them over to the side, and that way they'll be kind of staying warm while they're heating in there. Just make sure you move them around so they don't burn all the time. Now, when I do the salami and the pepperoni, they're gonna release a lot of fat. I actually use that fat to toast the sandwich, right? So let me say that, like, this is perfect. So while I have this nice and warm on this side, I am going to take my meats, put the rest in here, this, boom, boom, boom. Get all that in there for him. Make sure these guys aren't burning. I'm gonna put my cheese on a nice warm bread with some mustard. There we go. There's always that water stuff that comes out first. I'm gonna do both sides. We got mustard. We got some pickles. He really doesn't like a lot of pickle, but he does like that little crunch in there. So I'm gonna do 2 slices of pickle. That. We'll do a nice, this is pretty thick cheese, so we're gonna have to melt this guy. Now, I'm gonna put the ham on the nice warm ham on the cheese. There we go. We'll flip these kind of pepperoni and salami. You can see, I don't know if you can see, I wish I had a camera guy to zoom in. All the fat from the salami and the pepperoni is being released. And then that is gonna be my fat. Oops, let me get that guy on stuff. In the pan to do the toast, right? This guy's nice and caramelized. Check that out. That's awesome. So, once they start to shrivel up, just take them off. layer them on. Sometimes I'll do a second slice of cheese, but that cheese is so thick, we're gonna just do the one today. And then we're gonna put this guy, my pan is nice and hot now, right? I'm gonna stick this guy down, and now my press is not exactly hot, but it's definitely warm. And I'm just gonna kind of press this without burning myself. And I'm gonna give it about 2 minutes and then flip. I'll be back. Well, it's only been like a minute, but I took these guys out, so I just wanted to show you. They're amazing. I will taste test them with you in a minute, but they're way too hot right now. I'll be back. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm gonna flip this guy, and you'll see the one side is nice and crunchy. And now we're gonna do 2 minutes on this side and press it down a little. You just wanna do gentle press. You don't, this isn't really heavy enough to press it like a sandwich press. So if you just kind of squeeze a little, even, all right, give it another 2 minutes. I had to move you back a little bit because I couldn't open my copper to get a plate. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna take this off. Let's take a look at this, what this one looks like. It's gonna be a little too hot for me now. You should, oh, okay, check it out. Cheese is all melty and awesome. I'm gonna cut it in half for you guys so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Oh, I dripped cheese everywhere. All right, I can cut this. Let's cut this way. See if I can get through this. Okay, oh. All right, so the cheese probably could be melted a little bit more, but check that out. That is the, I don't know, poor man's Cabano. I guess Italian Cabano mix. All right, I'll be back with my sandwich next. Okay, so again, I'm kind of deciding how I'm gonna do this with you guys. So I have my little butter here. I'm gonna put a little bit in because my pan is really dry because that bread soaked up all that fat. Oh, I probably should not be doing that barehanded, but I am. All right, I am gonna toast the insides of my bread as well in that little bit of butter. And I'm gonna heat up some ham alongside while that is warming. We'll do that again. I'm just gonna put all of it on, even though I'll have to mess it up later. Okay, I also need a knife. Sorry. My new kitchen, by the way, which I designed last summer, and it's become a reality. It's like heaven for me to cook here now. My old kitchen, not so much, it was a mess. And that's another reason why I didn't do videos for the last few years, because my kitchen just wasn't really conducive to it. Okay, so these guys are warming. I'm gonna take the warm side. It's not completely toasted, and that's okay. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this apricot preserves on here. Not like a crazy amount. You know, I don't want it oozing out the side. Just enough so you get that kind of like sweetness, okay? So I don't want to like load it up. And I'm gonna put that back down now, of course, jelly side up, okay? Where's my little, my tongs? And then, actually, let me put cheese on that too. Put a slice of spicy cheese on that, and then start layering this hot ham as it comes off the griddle. I'm gonna do both sides though. This side, I'm gonna flip, and I'm gonna lay some avocado on there as best I can to like coat the bread. You know, they're all weird misshapes, but I'm gonna take my thinner pieces there. I don't think I'll use it. Oh, let's try to use it all, I guess. There's one that's really thick, so I probably won't use that guy. Oh, screw it. I'm gonna put it on. I don't want to waste them. Okay, that one, that side's all avocado. So now I'm gonna take my hot ham. Let's get the hottest ones here. Oh, I should note, I did lower the heat a little bit for mine. It's just not as thick, and I don't know, I just don't want it as toasted. And now I'm just gonna try to put these two together. I probably shouldn't have done the avocado like that, but it works. There we go. And now, to melt my cheese and toast my bread, I'm gonna cover it. Just like that. Just try to find a cover that's about big enough. A little bit of pressure will help it crisp up, and also it'll help the steam stay in there and melt it. So I'm gonna give that like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back with my plate. I think it's been about 2 minutes, I'll be honest. I looked at the clock and then I didn't put it to memory. I'm gonna turn this. I think you guys can see it. I can't tell because there's something in the way. But I'm gonna flip this guy. I have a flipper somewhere. Sorry. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it could have went maybe a little bit longer, but I'm okay with that. As long as that cheese starts to melt. And it is, which is fantastic. Another 2 minutes, maybe this time we'll get a better crispy looking bread, but It's all good. I'll be back with plating. Oh, and a surprise that I found in my fridge. I think it's been 3 minutes. I went an extra minute just to get a little crispiness. So I need my flipper again. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's take this guy off and see. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll cut this guy with you, and then I'm gonna plate with the zucchini fries and the mushrooms and a dipping sauce I found in my fridge. All right, let's see what this looks like though. Let me make sure I got all the way through. I did. All right, you ready? I also finally found where my camera is. It's right there. Okay, check it out. It's a lot of avocado. It's a little too much for me, but I'm the one eating it. I'll be fine. Oh, I got a piece falling out. All right, I'll be back with plate. Okay, I'm done. Here's finished plate, sandwich, zucchini fries and mushrooms, and I happened to find the perfect dipping sauce. I was gonna just use a little sriracha and yogurt and make like a sauce, but I actually have marinara from some pizza and strombolis I made this weekend, so I was like, that's perfect. So check out the crunch on these fries. Okay, ready? It's really good with the marinara sauce, by the way. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear it. Oh, really good. The mushrooms came out really good. They're just crunchy on the outside, soft in the middle. And my sandwich, even though I didn't want to waste that avocado, so it's a little avocado heavy. I love that little sweet bite with the spicy cheese. It's my favorite combo. All right, I'm gonna enjoy. The husband is upstairs taking me a Spanish lesson. I'll hopefully be back one other day this week at least. Thanks for watching, guys, if you made it this far.